Yes, guys, this is Nearly Last, and welcome. In this video, what we're going to be doing is an unboxing, my first ever unboxing on this channel. But I wanted to actually showcase a few of these things. I was debating whether or not to even bother, because one of them is a little bit embarrassing to a certain degree. I'm not too sure, but hey, I don't really mind. I take the piss out of myself all the time. It is all good fun. So I just want to show you a few little bits that I've actually brought up towards the build-up towards Infinite Warfare, Call of Duty 4 Remastered, and Titanfall 2 and things like that. So first of all, let's just jump straight into it, and I've got these little babies here, as we can see here, FPS Aim Assist. Basically, they're a little bit of foam bits that sit around your actual dome sticks. If you turn it around, as you can see, they just basically sit around like that. Now, I thought they were a little bit of a gimmick. Well, maybe they are, but in regards to that, I did actually try them out once, and I absolutely fell in love with them. Yes, they are just a little bit of foam. It cost me about £5 just for a bit of foam, but they do work really, really well. I do tend to over-aim. For some people who don't have that problem whatsoever, they're absolutely fine. But for me, it's just a little thing that I do, and I do find that helps improve me just a little bit. So I thought I'd actually pick up a set of them. Then next of all is these things which everybody's heard of, which is Control Freaks. Everybody knows about Control Freaks by now, but I will be honest here, I've only been using them for probably less than a year. I always thought that they were a bit of a waste of time. I've got to be honest here, I thought I'd sack them off. But as soon as I started using them, found the ones that actually really suit me, I can never go back. I've got to be honest with you, they do work really, really well. So let's just chuck them out here quickly, and I'll show you the ones that we got. So this is for the old left-hand thumbstick. There we go. We got this one. And that's small. I will say though, guys, I've got to use a PlayStation 4, so this is going to help just a little bit. One thing with the PlayStation 4 controllers, one, they are a little bit on the small side. I must admit, I do prefer the Xbox One controllers, but the thumbsticks as well, they are quite tiny as well. So that's going to help with that one straight away. And then also we got this one, which is even slightly more raised as well, which is going to go on the right thumbstick. Obviously, it's going to help you with your aiming and stuff like that as well. So this one's slightly domed rather than that one, which is concaved. But I must admit, like I say, really enjoy Control Freaks, but I'm sure you guys know all about those by now. So brought them, so obviously you know now that I've actually got myself a controller. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, well, what is so embarrassing about getting a controller? You know, other people have got scuffs and things like that. I have pretty much had scuffs for the last good few years, and I've got to be honest here, absolutely love them. Don't get me wrong, you can play without them, but obviously, like, especially where the movement systems work and that, you've got to be honest here, they do complement the game very, very well. So, like I said, with my Xbox One, which I did have just before the PlayStation 4, I switched to the PlayStation 4 because obviously all the maps and the DLC went to the PlayStation, and I thought that it was best to actually move, especially with my channel and things like that as well. So I jumped aboard. I, then lost my scuff controller. Basically, I brought one. I had the 4 panels on the back, the trigger stops and all those lot bits. It cost me around about 140 quid. Absolutely loved it. Pride and joy. Brilliant, brilliant controller. Got some Control Freaks and everything else that was sat on top of it. But obviously now with the PlayStation 4, I haven't really actually got one for that one. So, because that obviously, when I brought that controller, then I'd have to get another one. And I've been debating whether or not to actually do it or not. And I thought, it's time, like with all the games coming up, I want to do some live streaming. And I really, really want to get another controller like it. So I went out and brought myself one. And I will say, guys, it's not a scuff, okay? It's not a scuff. I had to, I had to budget just a little bit because for me, I've got a wedding, I've got Christmas and a few other things coming up. So with all the stuff that I get from a computer, I could afford a scuff, but I couldn't really justify it. So what I did was went and brought one of these. Now, this is Imagine Customs. Basically, this is an Edge controller. Now, this company basically molds itself on kind of like the scuff sort of brand as well. Now, it's quite interesting to see actually how these actually retail, because I mean, with these retailing, from what I've seen online, they retail roughly about the same sort of price as the scuff, which is quite surprising, really. I've got to be honest here. So I'm going to showcase it here, right? And don't laugh straight away, okay? That's it there. Yes, you can see it is pink, right? We will get to the reason why it's pink in a minute, okay? But First of all, let's just talk about the controller before we get to the pink bit. I will explain the pink bit in a minute. First of all, this is new. This is an Imagine Edge controller, like I said before. Now, the main thing what I like with Scuffs is the paddles on the back. This time we've got the buttons. They do push in. They do actually sit on here quite nicely. I've got to be honest here. There is not a bad situation whatsoever. I haven't got the 4. I've actually only got the 2 this time, but as long as I've got the 2 main buttons, I'm absolutely happy with that. Another thing that I do like with Scuffs is the trigger stops, but this has got trigger stops, right? And yes, I'm sure that it does work with Call of Duty as well, but let me just show you them quickly. Can you see them? There you go. Look at those trigger stops. They're the kind of trigger stops that I could do myself. Do you know what I mean? You know when you watch those YouTube videos of how to make trigger stops and things like that, and they just stick a little bit of an Allen key or a screw in the bottom of the trigger, and basically away you go, and that is it. That is basically all they've done. Pretty disappointed in the way that it looks, because obviously with Scuffs they're already integrated and stuff like that. With this one, it's not. It's just literally an Allen screw screwed into the actual trigger. So doesn't look that pretty, but let's be honest, it's pink. So let's get on to the main reason it's pink, because I'm not going to worry about the trigger stops looking ugly, because the front of it looks absolutely ugly as well. Because 1 is pink, but 2 is an awful looking pink as well. But the reason that is pink, like I said before, I've had to accommodate different things, and you know, I've got to be sensible with the cash and stuff like that. Even though I could quite happily go out and buy myself a Scuff, I need to balance the books just a little bit, you know, keep everybody happy and everything else like that. So I was doing a little bit of shopping around online, and I was thinking to myself, you know, it looks like I'm going to have to buy a Scuff. And then I seen this bad boy. Now, this bad boy is on sale. On sale because it's pink. It does exactly the same as the rest of the controllers that I've got, all the different colours and everything else like that. But because it's pink, nobody wants it. So this is retailing for less than half the price. I got this for 55 quid. Now, I'm pretty sure that you can pick up an actual normal PlayStation 4 controller for around about 45, 50 quid. So I've got the buttons on the back. I've got my homemade, I would say, trigger stops and stuff like that. Apparently the actual thumbsticks and stuff like that work as well as what the Scuffs do. You know, you've got no dead space or anything else like that in between as well. So technically speaking, I've got myself, you know, a poor man's Scuff for about £10 more than what you get a normal PlayStation 4 controller for. So for me personally, I am pretty happy with that. But like I say, it's pink. I might get myself like a skin and that lot to cover it over. But let's be honest, no one's going to see it. I didn't even need to showcase this, but I just thought, hey, why not? I don't mind whatsoever. But these are just a few little bits that I thought I'd actually get. I've got some other bits coming along, ready for my live stream, which is going to be up next week. And I'm really, really looking forward to that. So make sure you guys get doing that. On my other channel, my second channel, on my vlog channel there, I was just showcasing me going picking it up and a few the rest of the day out with my little girl and other bits like that. So if you guys are interested in that kind of thing, make sure you have a little check out on that video. It'd be absolutely amazing as well. That will be up at about 2 hours after this particular video, or if you're watching this obviously at a different day, it will be up anyway. So anyway guys, this is gonna be nearly last checking out. Let me know exactly what you're thinking. Don't be too harsh on me for owning the pink controller. I can live with it. You can joke with me in the live streams in a later date. But anyway guys, this is gonna be nearly checking out now, and I'll catch you later.